Here are 7 quick truths that anger feminists. I mean, this really pisses them off. Okay, I'm just gonna start my vehicle here. So, the number 1 truth that will piss off any feminist is that if you tell her that men prefer younger women. Okay? That is number 1. Just biologically, we do, right? Any man that tells you otherwise, ladies, is lying to you in most cases. Sure, there's that rare anomaly out there that for whatever reason just likes older women, might be a fetish, you know, he might have some sort of mental disorder, and he likes women who are older than him, right? But for normal men, healthy men, honest men, they will tell you that they prefer younger women. Okay, whether it's just a woman who's a few years younger or a woman, preferably, who is much younger and has not yet been, how do I put this nicely, jumped in the sack with every dude on the dating app. Okay, so that's the first truth. Second truth, speaking of which, that feminists hate is that men do not like women who've slept around. Okay, we do not. Contrary to what women say, like, no, real man likes a woman with experience. No. Because if you have the bedroom skills of a porn star, it's a red flag. We don't like that. Okay, this is often where women self-project, by the way, because women tend to like a guy with experience. He knows where to touch him, how to, you know, get him all hot and heavy. However, guys, we don't like that. Okay, we don't like a woman with experience. We don't like a woman who has, 100K between her vaginal odometer. We just don't like that. Okay, but of course feminists don't like hearing that because feminists don't like the truth, right? Goes back to an old coaching video where I talked about why men have to lie to women, because you guys can't handle the truth. You can't handle us being honest to you, right? And this comes from a lifetime of being coddled and told everything, you're just perfect just the way you are. You know, I mean, that's where that comes from. This is why we have to treat you like a child. Right? Not all women, just modern women and feminists, which are basically the same thing. All right, third truth that angers feminists that they don't like to hear is that men prefer submissive women. We like women who are obedient. We don't like women who are combative, women who are argumentative, women who constantly have an opinion on something. We don't like that. Okay, what, don't you, are you that insecure? You don't want intellectual conversation? Not with you, right? Not if we're dating you, not if we're coming home to you. We don't want to deal with that every night. Why? Because the number 1 thing I would tell you guys that men want in their lives and value the most is peace, right? And when you are constantly coming home to a debate with your chick, it's no fun. It's no fun. That's the last thing you want, right? Sometimes you just want to be like, oh yeah, you're probably right about that, right? Sometimes I do it myself with my chick, right? She's wrong, but I'm like, oh yeah, true, right? Just to end it, because I want to eat my food in peace and I don't want to sit there and debate. And she doesn't do that to me, by the way, right? Like a lot of these modern women do. But that is the truth that feminists hate to hear, is that men, we don't want Miss Strong and Independent. No, we want Miss Submissive and Obedient. Again, this is just another truth that if guys are honest with you, they will tell you. But because most guys are pussies, they will not tell you this stuff, ladies. So as much you want to sit there like, oh, you had mommy issues, oh, trying to drag us back to the 1950s. No, most men feel this way. They just won't tell you, right? Because again, you know, women who can't handle this, they're so thin-skinned, they're so fragile. It's because of a lifetime of being told, no, you're never wrong, you're never wrong. So when a man actually is trying to be honest with you, you can't handle it. Oh, cancel him! Cancel him! Please don't listen to him! Oh my gosh, he's a threat to democracy! That's what you do. Instead of debating in the open marketplace of ideas, like an adult, no, shut him down, quiet him, silence him immediately! Because you know it's true. That's why you can't, you really can't get in the ring, right? It's kind of like, imagine if, like Mike Tyson was out there, trying to cancel boxers from fighting him. No, he'll get in the ring because he believes in himself. He believes in his values, his ideas, his skills. You would do the same if you could put up a fight, but you can't. So he's like, shut him down, shut him down. That's why, that's why we have to treat you like children. All right, the fourth truth that angers feminists to no end is that most men, and this is going to touch on my last few points, most men do prefer a traditional lifestyle. So as much as these feminists hate this ward cleaver, leave it to beaver mindset that most men tend to have, and oh, you're a misogynist, he's a misogynist. Why? Because we want what we are biologically inclined to want, which is a woman who stays home, keeps her feet at home, cooks meals, takes care of us. I mean, really? Is that really that much of a shock? So that is the next truth that angers feminists is they can't handle the fact that most men want something traditional. Even those woke dudes out there, those beta simps out there that are going to pussy march with you, I guarantee if that dude had an ounce of honesty in him, he would tell you the truth, which is he himself prefers a traditional wife, not you loud, mouthy, always going out with your girlfriends, going clubbing, leaving them at home, going to Cabo, you're talking to all these dudes on the beach while you leave him at home and, turning him into a cuck and all this. No. Most guys don't want that. Okay? Most guys don't want that are honest with you. Okay? You want a guy to lie to you. If you want lies, more lies, call your therapist, turn on CNN, or turn to one of your beta simps, right? Don't come to my channel. Don't come here because I'm going to be honest with you. Right? Do I get credit for being honest? No. Attack him, cancel him. All right. Next one. Right. The fifth truth that angers feminists, that most men will never tell you, ladies, is that practically your entire value is tied to your looks. Oh my gosh, what a shocker. Men are drawn to physical appearance. Men are drawn to beauty. Most guys don't want to tell you that, right? Just like how most guys won't tell you that men prefer younger women. They're not going to tell you that pretty much your value in this world is not your career, not your degrees that are on your wall, not the amount of money you've got in your bank account from working these these corporate jobs. All I would care about is your physical appearance, your looks, right? How hot you are, besides the fact of how young you are, right? How hot you are. That is what matters to us, because we will date the Taco Bell worker who is hot over you, who is probably a CEO that is not that hot, right? That's the truth. That's the truth, is your value is inherently tied to your looks. And this is why when you start to lose your value in society and nobody is paying attention to you, nobody wants to do you any more favors, not as much as before when you were younger, it's because you're losing your looks. All right? God forbid you tell a feminist that you get less attractive as you age. I mean, it's just a fact, right? However, for men, I mean, it's, our value is inherently tied to our wallets, right? But I don't hear guys crying on social media to cancel any woman who speaks that truth. It's true. So what? No big deal. Which brings me to number 6 on this list, is that men don't want career women. Okay, we just talked about this. We do not care that you are trying to climb the corporate ladder. We do not care that you have these aspirations of using your master's degree to get a corner office somewhere, and rub it in our face. We just don't care about your career. It's not because we're insecure or threatened by it. We just don't care. Because again, what we do care about is how good you look. Okay? How good you look. And then after that, we care about how you treat us. Right? And whether or not it's enjoyable to be with you. So That's number 6. And number 7, this probably angers feminists just as much as my first point, which is men prefer younger women. Number 7 is we do not want to date single mothers. Okay? We actually detest single moms. Again, your beta friends will lie to you and go, ooh, that 33 Secrets guy is so misogynistic. I can't believe him. He must have mommy issues. I would totally step up like a real man and raise some bastard child that this irresponsible woman had with some hot guy that she gladly spread her legs for on the first date while she made me take her out on 24 dates and spend all my money and do her all these favors, and I never even got a kiss on the cheek. I will gladly raise that child because I'm a real man. No, you're just a sucker, right? And most men inherently know that they don't want to raise another man's child. They don't want to raise another man's mistake. Okay, they just don't want to do it. Right? Some guys will do it because they don't have better options, because they're not in 7 months to mastery. Click that link below. Never have to settle for a single mom or a DG or a feminist ever again. Get in 7 months to mastery, son. But that is a wild truth that is apparently misogynistic these days. If you don't date a single mom, if you don't step up and help her take care of her child that she had at a wedlock, that she had one night after the concert while she was high, getting high with Chad or Pookie or Tyrone, being irresponsible and letting him yak up inside of her. If you don't help her raise that child, you're not a man. No. No, we don't want to, nobody wants to date a single mom. Nobody wants to be with a single mom. And any guys that are dating single moms, it's, that's another thing. It's like, you don't want to hear this, but most guys who date single moms are not dating them with the intention of being with them or marrying them off and fulfilling their princess fantasy. Most of these guys are just there to get what they want, get the goods, damaged goods, and then bounce. They're not there to be, the knight in shining armor you think he is. Right? He's just there in the meantime, and he might even just keep you there for a little bit while you become a side chick, because to him, and he'll never tell you this, is that your DG, right? Your damaged goods. Which brings me to my number 8 bonus. Okay, the number 8 bonus truth that will trigger any feminist is to tell her, if you're still single and over 30, you're DG. Okay, you are DG. You guys know what that means? Damaged goods, right? You're damaged. You can't tell women this stuff, right? And your chances of finding happiness, getting married, having a family, living happily forever after are slim to none. This is why all the best women get married before 25. Right? They do the smart thing. They don't stay out there and roll the dice thinking, ooh, I'm getting so much attention from all these guys, I could just sit back and take my sweet ass time while I travel the world and meet other guys in different countries and explore my options and go with my girlfriends to these bars and venues and experience life as a free single woman. No, they don't do that. They don't roll the dice, because you know what? 99% of the time, if you roll the dice and you turn 30 and you're still single on the night of your 30th birthday, you don't have a ring on your finger, guess what? Snake eyes. Right? You ever roll snake eyes? That's it. You're done. And chances are you are going to stay single for the remainder of your days. And as you stay single, you will become more and more bitter. You will become more angry. And then all those young women you see getting married and having families and raising kids, you're going to be like those women we cover on my 33 channel that are just old and bitter and trying to tear those women down and going, oh my God, you're in chains, girl. You're in chains. Get away from that happy marriage. Get away from that husband that's treating you so well and going to work and working hard to provide for you. Get away from him. He's turned you into a slave. You're going to be that chick, that old bitter hag, that has all this free time to get angry at anyone living a traditional lifestyle, any woman looking to get married and have a family. You're going to be that bitter hag out there you know, posting on your TikTok or your social media, commenting on my videos. Oh, you probably weren't raised right, you know, and doing all that nonsense. And it's not, it's just the truth, right? I don't know why you can't just be honest with women, but that is the 8th bonus truth that you cannot tell feminists. That will surely anger them, is that after 30, you're still single, you are damaged. Okay? You are damaged goods. And you're going to stay single. And not only that, but you're going to be spending the rest of your days sleeping with guys who just look at you like a piece of ass, like a piece of meat, like you're not even human. You know, you're just a sperm bucket. You're just a hole. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to be honest with you. I don't want that to happen to you. I want to see you happy with one man who cares about you, values you, loves you, and is working hard for you. Okay? I'd rather see you live that life rather than end up alone with cats in a junior studio apartment because you can't afford to make, you know, the rent on a on a 1-bedroom because you don't have a partner. It's just you. I don't want to see this happen to you. Why? Because you've been lied to by, you know, the Matrix telling you that no, happiness is hating men and being single. You know, and exploring and sucking on all the penises of the world. No, it's not happiness, right? It's not happiness. Self-love. Hashtag self-love. No, hashtag narcissism. That's what that is. Happiness, true happiness comes from sharing, from being with another person, living your life with that person, dying with that person. That's where happiness comes from. Okay? So I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Those are my 7, with my bonus, 8th truth that angers feminists. If you have more, if you have your own list, drop it below. If I forgot anything I left out, drop it in the comments below, and I will see you there in my comments.